This is KGW News at Sunrise.
John, I need off the streets really bad. I mean, I really do. So I can get my life back together.
You're going to see this Portland man's journey from living on the streets for at least 5 years now to transitional housing. That story's coming up.
And some much needed relief is heading to a local county devastated by wildfire. How this effort is giving that community a new way forward.
And on this Thursday morning, we are live in Estacada this morning at Harmony Bakery. It's a woman-owned restaurant and bakery there in Estacada. The owner doing some amazing things in her community. I love bakers because they share our early morning grind hours. They're up, they're making the pastries, they're brewing the coffee, getting ready for the day. We're going to tell you all about this awesome bakery. And yes.
Did you see that big sign? It said pesto scram. I bet that's a scramble, and that sounds amazing.
Yum.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday Eve. It is Thursday. We're going to start your day off with a quick look at the forecast.
It's going to be a nice day today.
Yeah.
How about that? Here
Love
we go.
it.
I do want to start off with some cold temperatures. Haven't had some freezing spots in a while, and we've been talking about this. Remember, I've been getting a lot of messages. Are you done with freezing temperatures? Well, if you live out in Washington County, the answer is no. 31 out in Hillsborough right now. We're also looking for some fog pockets. Haven't seen much yet. Out in McMinnville, you could get down to 32 at the airport yet. Currently, it's 34 degrees. So frosty spots are around the bus stop, a chilly start, but the rest of your day, really nice. We'll say 36 in the city of Portland, 55 at noon. So, oh my goodness, I forgot to change the words. That's sunny, 55. That's sunny, and 64.
Better take that off there right now.
Well, I'm so used to putting showers.
Want sun, the other S word. All right, Rod, thank you so much. Well, we often report on Portland's homeless crisis, of course, the seemingly endless cycles that land people on the street, mounting frustration from the public, and sadly, tragic deaths of those just trying to survive. This morning, we're sharing something different, and we got a glimpse into the years-long journey one man has taken to get off the street. Catherine Cook brings us Richard's story.
It's late afternoon in Old Town. The sidewalks are busy. Some people are just passing through, but many others call these streets home. There are tents, trash, and tension. On paper, it seems no one here wants to leave. Richard Winkowich will tell you otherwise after living here
Stabbing, shooting, stealing, all that.
for 5 years.
So I got tired of it. Every single day, stress.
This corner on Northwest 3rd and Cooch
I camped right here before.
is where Richard lived. He still sells papers for street routes, and across the street there's Dixie Tavern. He helps the crew here set out cones on busy nights. In return, they give him food and a warm place to hang out.
I have other people there. They treat me right, and I treat them respect. Yeah, it's Dan.
Recently, Richard opened up to a Dixie staff member and said he was ready for a change.
I said, John, I need off the streets really bad. I mean, I really do. So I can get my life back together.
That got the ball rolling. In the days that followed, multiple people, agencies, and nonprofits stepped in to help. On Sunday, Richard moved into the Y East shelter. It's run by Do Good Multnomah and funded by the Joint Office of Homeless Services. Here he has his own bed and access to many of the comforts we might take for granted, like a kitchen, bathroom, and laundry.
Good night's sleep, no noise or nothing at all, peaceful.
Richard still spends his days in Old Town.
Mostly my heart, I love helping people out.
He checks in on his friends and former neighbors.
You want to get your own place and be more comfortable inside and then outside?
Yeah.
It's not always easy,
Christy, would you rather be indoors or outdoors?
and it's often frustrating.
Christy? Okay, you have a good day.
Richard notes addiction is robbing so many people's ability to advocate for themselves, to decide they want to leave. Richard says he's been clean for a while now. No more hard drugs.
When you're high, you can't think what you're doing. When you're off that stuff, you can think. I can think right now.
It just really makes me feel good about where he's going.
Dan Lenzen co-owns Dixie Tavern. He's proud of Richard.
Dan's a good guy.
He hopes others will get a chance at housing too, but there are obstacles. Basic things like getting a proper ID, a cell phone, and even the knowledge of what to do first. It can all be hard to come by when you have nothing.
So that narrative of nobody wants to go, that's not right. If we had more outreach, more folks on the ground that day and night, we can't just do it during the day because they don't work around daytime hours.
Congratulations, brother.
It makes victories like Richard's
It's hard out here on the street.
I know.
even more sweet.
Yeah, too rough.
Catherine Cook, KGW News.
Powerful story. For more than 40 years, Habitat for Humanity has relied on volunteers and donations to create affordable housing. And it just received a very large donation, so it'll be able to do even more. Devin Haskins is joining us this morning. And Devin, we're talking hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, just a cool $436 million. I mean, what's a few million here or there. The Portland Region Habitat offices getting a little more than $8 million of that. The local chapter CEO calls that money transformational. That large donation comes from Mackenzie Scott, and if you don't recognize the name, she's a philanthropist, author, and former wife of billionaire Jeff Bezos. $25 million of that money will go to the national organization. The rest going to the other more than 80 Habitat for Humanity branches across the country. Habitat for Humanity builds homes for those that can't afford them. The future owners help build alongside volunteers, and then they have an affordable mortgage when they get the keys. And the need is greater than ever after decades of housing prices climbing and wages not keeping up with those price hikes. Habitat for Humanity is currently building more than 100 homes here in the Portland region. This gift will allow them to do a lot more in the years to come and in many different ways.
That will mean building more homes, repairing more homes, but we also see this really as a catalyst, not to just do a little more of what we've always done, but to be a kind of game changer for us in changing markets and changing policies that create smart housing policies that create more affordable housing across the region.
Now, this large donation does not mean that they don't need volunteers or donations. In fact, it's quite the opposite. They still need those. The housing crisis and lack of affordable homes won't be going away anytime soon. And I can say firsthand, hey, helping building a home with Habitat, it's a lot of hard work, but it actually is a lot of fun to be able to take part in one of those. Brenda?
Absolutely amazing organization. Devin, thank you. Well, today is the final day of confirmation hearings for U.S. Supreme Court nominee Ketanji Brown Jackson. Expert witnesses and character references will testify before the Judiciary Committee. Yesterday, senators questioned Judge Jackson about freedom of the press, about the history of those who are criminally accused to have the right to a lawyer, and about the role of compassion when deciding a sentence.
And it tells us that we should be imposing a sentence sufficient but not greater than necessary to promote the purposes of punishment. Congress also tells us that one of the purposes of punishment is rehabilitation.
The White House hopes to win some Republican support for Jackson's appointment, but Democrats can confirm her without it.
Now let's get to a few more of your quick Thursday morning headlines. The man charged with shooting 5 people at a Northeast Portland park is now in jail and will be arraigned this afternoon. 43-year-old Benjamin Smith had been in the hospital up until now, and now he's just been transferred into jail. He's accused of shooting racial justice demonstrators at Normandale Park February 21st, killing 60-year-old June Knightley. Smith was also shot and has been in the hospital until now. A well-known member of the Proud Boys, Tusitalo Tose, also known as Tiny, is in the Multnomah County Jail this morning. He was arraigned in Multnomah County yesterday. It stems from a Proud Boys rally last August in Northeast Portland. The rally turned into a violent clash with counter-protesters. Tose is charged with assault and riot, among other things, and has pleaded not guilty. Faced with a historic staffing shortage, the Portland Police Bureau is expanding efforts to hire officers. Chief Chuck Lavelle said the Bureau has hired new background investigators to vet new job candidates. He also said the Bureau will pour resources into attracting new hires. The Bureau says it's down to 777 sworn members, a historic low. There are 105 vacancies. The Bureau has also launched a new website for recruitment. And those are some of your Thursday morning headlines.
New help this morning for Oregonians recovering from the state's historic wildfire season in 2020. New grants are available for people in Lane County who lost their homes and businesses. The money will help with repairs or rebuilding with fire-resistant materials. The grants are also retroactive. That means people who've already rebuilt their homes can still qualify.
We'll obviously work with the homeowner on their building permit. We'll explain with them the types of materials and the things that would qualify. And then it's just the process goes into plan review and then finally construction and inspection.
The Holiday Farm fire in Lane County burned more than 173,000 acres and was one of the most devastating fires in Oregon history. Anyone who's interested in the county grant program should visit the Eugene City Government website. It has a section on the fire and links to those relief efforts.
All right, let's talk weather now. We went to the zoo yesterday. You know, it is Oregon spring break. Yes, and about 10 minutes into the door,
started
dripping rain.
Did it clear out, though, before you left?
Not so much.
Well, I'm glad you had such a nice afternoon.
I would bend my head and it just sheeted off my hood. So we were hiding indoors, but it was still fun.
All right, no rain today.
Yay!
If I had nothing to do and I had a beautiful little girl as my daughter, I would go to the zoo today, Nia. That's what I would do. I would not have gone yesterday.
Off, Rod.
Let's go to the
Thanks for the advice.
All right, we have a storm front offshore. It looks impressive, right? It's going to eventually throw a little bit of cloudiness our direction. I don't think so much today, but more so tomorrow. But this will split, and most of the rain energy is going to dive down towards San Francisco. And we talked about this yesterday. The weekend forecast is starting to look way more dry than wet. I'm still saying there could be a shower Saturday and there could be a shower Sunday, but most of the time that you're at the zoo, I believe it will be dry. Here's a look at a closer picture. We should end up with a lot of sun this morning. Still possible to see a few fog pockets develop through sunrise. We're down to 38. It's a chilly start. And here are some of those colder numbers. That 31 in Hillsboro, but Forest Grove, Scappoose, Tiger, Beaverton, everybody on the west side could potentially get down right around freezing before the sun pops up. 39 out in Gresham. Salem's been running warmer at 39. There's McMinnville at 34. So you will need a warm coat if you're going to be spending some time outdoors early this morning. It's also right around freezing in Astoria. Ben's at 34. Not bad out east this morning, except for Burns, where it's 29 degrees for your current number. All right, forecast temperatures for today. Partly to mostly sunny skies, coming light winds, and we should easily be up into the 60s, going 64 in Corvallis and Salem. Similar numbers today up in southwest Washington, Longview 62, but Battleground 65. And here's the forecast. Dry tomorrow. We start a shower chance, if you will, Friday evening all the way through Monday. All total, I mean, this could be maybe a 1/10 of an inch of rain over 3 or 4 days. The next chance for widespread soaking rainfall has been pushed all the way back to Wednesday of next week. I would not go to the zoo next Wednesday.
Noted. Thank you,
Rod. Hey, it may be the prettiest time of year on Portland's waterfront. We're going to take a walk through those cherry blossoms coming up in 2 minutes.
And taking you live out this morning to Estacada, to Harmony, where they are up early along with us, baking the donuts and the bagels. This is a female-owned bakery and restaurant there in Estacada. I'm on their website right now. You want to know today's special?
Yes.
Biscuits and gravy.
Yum.
Thursdays only. Tomorrow, Eggs Benedict. More from Estacada and more on Sunrise coming up in 2 minutes.